Yeah.
Okay, good evening, fans from around the world. It's the Nigeria United team again. Warif, myself, Mustafa, and Saeed. You guys are welcome to the show. So this episode, we're going to be delving into the mess that is our Nigerian Football Federation. They claim to have announced Bruno Labbadia, a German player, ex-player, stroke coach, who was supposed to take over as Super Eagles coach. But to our utter amazement and embarrassment, we discovered that there was no formal agreement between NFF and this guy, but they went on social media and announced it. This demonstrates a lack of professionalism and due diligence from NFF. And things like this have been happening in the past. But because typical Nigerian parastatal, there is no accountability. Nobody's held accountable. Nobody's being fired. Nobody's held, is responsible for this. So as it is now, they had to go to Austin EGUAVOEN, who is the head of the technical department of the NFF, to help them to, manage the void being created by this embarrassment. So Austin EGUAVOEN actually agreed to manage the team on a temporary basis, until NFF sorts out, the mess they've gotten themselves into. As it is now, there was no formal agreement with that coach. Bruno Labbadia is his name, is a German.
So it wasn't about maybe they were asking him to do things he didn't want to do. It wasn't even a formal agreement.
There was no formal agreement.
So they just came out and they basically
announced.
And it wasn't formalized. That's disgraceful.
Formalized.
Very disgraceful. And this is a serious issue because that goes against procedure. And also they had who was it? Finidi. That was the last person. No, was it Finidi that was supposed to be the coach?
Yeah, it was Finidi. Yeah. See the way they treated him.
Yeah, the way they treated him.
We had rumors that they were going to employ Lampard again. I don't know whether those rumors are actually true.
And also they didn't even tell Finidi that they were going to get rid of him. And they just do it quite. Yeah, and it's disarray. And we know that these guys are the money that goes in there that's coming from the state is going into their pockets, and they play all kinds of games. What are your thoughts, Warif? Yeah.
The bottom line is that every sector in Nigeria is corrupt, even in the NFF.
Yes.
Why, if you know that you want to get something done, why not do it the right way? Why must, I don't know how true it is saying that they have to the German tactician going to give them a cut or whatever. But for the guys who have said he's pulling out, that's a national disgrace. It's as if you are talking to one local club side. This is a national team. So for EGUAVOEN to have come up to take off the thing, keeping the money aside, the guy is just that he has Nigeria at heart. I know the money is involved, but it's everybody that wants to just take off that position because already the whole thing is messed up. Just like when a ship is sinking and you need to rescue that ship, it's very difficult. So for I will give kudos to EGUAVOEN to have accepted the job. And EGUAVOEN is a no-nonsense coach. Even from his playing days, when you have Uche Okechukwu, Uche Okafor, Augustine EGUAVOEN, these players, you don't take nonsense from any striker. So that it has become part and parcel of him. So nobody, no player can try him. Even if the NFF, I just pray that he will keep his stand with the NFF, so that they should allow him to do what he wants to do. So let's see how it goes from here.
Yeah, and I think he's a good coach, but I think one of the big problems is that I'm not trying to diss Nigeria, but we know the Europeans are the best technical advisors now. We need a European technical advisor for now. EGUAVOEN would be good to bring the guys together, but we still need some technical, even if they're not the manager, we still need to bring in tacticians and trainers and everything. Thank you. What do you think, Warif? Then we'll go to Saeed. Yeah.
Okay. Should I continue?
Oh yeah, well, no, actually, I'll let you take a break. Let's go to, I was just going to say, going back, that we need a tactician, but we'll go back to you. Let's go to Saeed so we can let everybody else get a point of view too. Saeed, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think we need a foreign tacticians and like technical advisor right now?
Yes, definitely. You can't compare European technical advisor to Nigerian technical advisor. There is
for now,
definitely difference there. Yeah, we need it. Because what are the training? The technical advisor that we have in Nigeria right now, how many are they? And what kind of
training?
What kind of training are they going to? And also concerning the Bruno Labbadia contract, I was just reading it this evening that Galatasaray reporter that yeah, you won't believe that NFF hasn't signed him. There is no contract signed. There is agreements agreed upon. So you just went online and just because you guys have verbal agreement, just go online and say
that's rubbish. That's childish. It's childish.
Yeah. I mean, you can imagine a whole country, for goodness sake, just go online and just announce. The guy was angry. The guy was pissed. Apart from the corruption by the side, but that's the major reason why the guy like that's unprofessional. So that's why he opted out. And the EGUAVOEN issue, I think this is the fourth time EGUAVOEN is coming back. I don't know. Yeah, to me, I feel that yeah, this is the fourth time. I actually confirmed it because I knew that it's not the first time or second time or third time that he's coming to coming to coach Nigeria. So this is the fourth time. I don't even know if EGUAVOEN happened to be my elder brother or my father, I would tell him he should turn the offer down because it's a disgrace. All the time that he has been going and coming, he's always been disgraced, probably sacked or disgraced. No, so this time around, so they even gave him an internal coach.
He's doing it for Esther Code. He's doing it for Esther Code.
Yeah, I don't think he has a serious. So
no, he has money. Who did EGUAVOEN play for? Do you know who did he play for in Europe? Who did he play for that? Which one?
Okay, the club.
Yeah,
the club side.
Yeah, what club?
I'm not too sure right now.
Was it where was? Do you know? Afalabi.
I can't quite remember. I think it was in Belgium.
Belgium,
yeah.
The top club. So going back to EGUAVOEN, not expecting anything fantastic.
No, he's just going through. He's a substitute. He's like a substitute. Yeah. They should have kept. They should have kept Finidi. They should have kept Finidi. To be honest with you. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Okay. So what are your thoughts on Falabi?
So that's another incompetency on our own part. So you know that you want to sack Finidi. Are you not supposed to find alternative before you sack him?
It's rubbish, man.
You do that. Probably you waiting for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month to find a substitute for him. It won't stop anything. But look at the mess.
Look, and to be honest with you, we're going to talk about it because right now we may not qualify for African Nations Cup. But before we talk about that, what are your thoughts on this?
Is it Cup of Nations? What about World Cup? Don't you see where we are at the table in the World Cup table?
Our next match
qualify for World Cup.
So we're doing both two competitions. Our next match though is the African Nations Cup qualifier, right? Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to look. Well, so I didn't even look at the World Cup. I don't want to look. Don't tell me now. I've been focusing on English League. Okay, so let's talk to Afalabi before we go to the next topic. Any thoughts on this? Yeah.
Yes, I think I quite agree with you. Now we need a foreign technical advisor. I don't think any of our local coaches have the tactical acumen to take Nigeria forward, first and foremost. And then when you are going to sign a contract with a coach, it is an open event. You invite the media, you invite the press. There's a signing of contract that is covered by camera, and everybody sees it. Where everybody can see. It's not that you talk to him in secret and then you go and post it online. You know, there are a lot of people in the NFF that are not professional, and there's no clear plan for developing.
They were trying to psych him. They were trying to psych him into joining. That when he sees his name on the news,
I think what he told them was he was going to think about it and get back to them, and they took that to mean that they had consented, and they went to post it on NFF website, which is very unprofessional. It just shows how poor the quality of staff and officials are in the NFF. Everything has been politicized. We need people that are trying to do this, or real administrators in the NFF. So embarrassing.
Yeah, you're right. So we're gonna thank you very much. We're gonna move to the next. So before we start talking about.
Before I move to the next one, I just want to chip in something. Like Victor Osimhen, he has been signed by Galatasaray. The deal has been done since I think Saturday or Sunday. Since
but they didn't release it. Yeah.
Yes, they did not. Today was not today that was announced officially. That's professionalism. You must make sure everything, all the T's and the I's and everything is done before you go on to announce, but NFF just coming like they're rushing the guy, and the guy would
Yes.
maybe start suspecting some foul play. So
Yeah.
you know,
But when you
they're
are signing a
businessmen, even
contract,
though
you invite
they're
the
sportsmen.
media, they cover it. It's an
Yeah.
open event. It's not done secretly.
Yeah.
Everybody sees it.
Yeah. That's why sometimes when they, like, for example, I didn't want to say anything until we actually hear that Ugarte is playing for Man U. But he's really there. But it took a long time before even Xerxes. So that was very unprofessional, and I think it made the guy angry. So I think Biron is here with us, but we're going to switch. Set us up. Afolabi, first of all, tell us, how is Nigeria doing in World Cup qualifiers? Because I haven't kept in touch. What's going on?
I think we are second to the last in our group. I think won one,
Wow.
lost one, and
Wow.
drawn twice. We're at the bottom. Either last or second to the last. We're not doing well at
That
all.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That means we have no coordination with our team. We don't have any and we don't have a good domestic league. Let's go to our Biron. What do you think about that? Nigeria's struggles in qualifying matches.
Yeah, and thank you very much. I think Afolabi rightly said we are second to the last on the World Cup standing in Group C. We are actually fifth out of a group of 6 members. So we've actually drawn our last 3 World Cup qualifying games. We have not won any game. It's not a good start heading for America, USA, Canada, and Mexico 2032. Is it 2032? Yes. Is it 2032? 2024? No, 2028.
2028.
2028.
2020. No, it's 2020. I think it's 2020. I'm not quite sure. When was Qatar? I think Qatar was in
2026. 2026. It's 2026.
2026. It's 2026.
Yeah.
Yes, the next World Cup is 2026.
Yeah. No, we're behind. There's no way. There's no way right now.
Yeah, once again, we have started calculation now. And the way this
always punching the calculator.
We're very excited punching calculator after 3 games. And
like our normal stuff.
Not a good one. I think the truth is, when we say our league is not doing well and the Nigerian Professional Football League is not doing well, you have to understand why it's not doing well based on the Football Federation itself, the NFF.
Yeah.
Your coach, who was the man that took us to the AFCON? What's that his name again?
Pesero. Jose Pesero.
Jose Pesero resigned after the AFCON, and it's been close to a year, or if not more than a year, and they've not gotten a new coach. That just tells you they don't have a plan. They don't have it. For a normal country that knows what they want to do, as Pesero was there, they should have even been lining up a succession for Pesero. If this man decides to quit, or if they need to fire this man, this is the person we are going to get to do the job. Look at what Brighton did when De Zerbi left. They already knew who was going to take over the job from Brighton. But our own, anywhere Beleface, now is EGUAVOEN that is carrying the
Fire Brigade.
They are just not organized in any. They are just not organized in. There's no one department, in fact, not department, no one sector in Nigeria that you say that the sector is 100% complete. It's energy, health, sports. No sector is 100%. No sector is 50%.
The Egunje sector.
That's the only sector that is doing corruption.
That's the only organized sector.
Now they increase fuel to 980 naira. They are fuel 980 naira. People are complaining.
It's 100. We're going to talk about that on Friday. So, Sahi, what are your thoughts about our coach issue? No, not our coach issue, but about how poorly we're doing in qualifying and everything.
Yeah, like I said, I was just even looking at it now. Well, anyway, we are definitely going to qualify because those boys individually they want to try and prove themselves and
they'll catch up.
Yes. So definitely we will definitely qualify. That one I'm sure of. So and the World Cup issue, well, let's see how it goes. EGUAVOEN, well, I don't know. My fingers is crossed. So
we need a foreign coach. Technical advisor.
We definitely need a foreign coach. We definitely, but under this, it just pains me that we can't just fully concentrate on football and talk about football alone without talking about our incompetence of our government and our leader. I don't know. Why can't we just enjoy football the way we normally enjoy football before?
But I think the problem is that
any political angle.
The problem is that the people running NFF or Nigerian Football Federation or Association. The problem is that they're political appointees.
Exactly.
They're political appointees, so they don't know anything about managing football. They're political appointees.
There's this personal friend I know that his uncle works in NFF. He was telling me that, man, if you want to cash out, NFF is the place to work. You can imagine, as in, like, he's not telling me.
I'm gonna share my resume. I'm gonna share my resume.
I'm a proper Lagos boy now. So and I'm into entertainment. I meet a lot of people. I meet different kind of caliber of people. So as in, this one is telling me that the corruption there. Anyway, it's just assuming we are not online. I can give you some gist of what our former
to protect your identity.
You see them balling, spending dollars as if they are the one playing, as if they are the players. Administrators, though, balling.
That's the problem.
Balling, so how are they going to be effective? They are not doing anything. You can see what happened in Olympics. This last Olympic that we went to, they couldn't even list our athletes in the normal categories they are supposed to. What are they now doing?
That was a clerical mistake.
One gold medal. So
they went for excursion.
I'm just going to.
And you know what was painful? Nigerians were winning gold medals for other countries in the last Olympics. About 4 or 5 Nigerians.
Even assuming a lot of my sets knew that this is how Nigeria would turn out. A lot of people gone, like, they
would have gone a long time ago. Yeah. Okay, so let's switch up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna switch to the last topic. We're gonna talk about Osimhen. So I'm gonna start with Biodun since he just got here, so he can get some time. But my view is that it's okay for him to go to is it what's the name of the team? Is it
Galatasaray?
Yeah, Galatasaray. It's okay because it's the top team in Turkey, so he'll be starting, and so he'll still stay fit and match ready. That's better than Saudi Arabia, and then we can figure out what to do next year. What do you think, Biodun?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you won't give the nod for Saudi Arabia. That was just I thought there was no way.
That would be too much. That would be the graveyard for his career. Yeah.
They needed to sell for him to come in, but the biggest fear for me was him just being in the reserve team in Napoli without playing any game until January.
Yeah, his fitness will go down, and his match instincts.
With regards to his agents, they actually tried to salvage the situation and get the loan deal done to Galatasaray. I think it's a congratulations to him.
Yeah, I think it's a good move.
One thing I hope he can gladly do is to go into the Turkish league and bang in goals so a top team can come for him in January.
Yeah, score like 20 to 40, 50 goals. Yeah.
And one top team will definitely come for him. I am telling you, the same Chelsea that refuse to pay, they will bring out their checkbook and pay.
Yeah.
Because Jackson.
I'm not going to lie to you, Biodun. Maybe you think I'm wrong. That guy is top 3 strikers, number 9s in the world. He's at the same level as Lewandowski and Haaland and he's at the same level as those guys. And actually, he has better instincts. Those guys might be a little bit more technically polished. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think what is just lacking is to be in a good team. If we put Osimhen in that Man City spot,
with good midfielders,
as much goals as Haaland scores for Man City.
No, he will. Because Osimhen naturally, you can't teach what he has. You can't teach it. He knows how to change his body and his foot angle. That's instinctive. He has that inside of him. You see, he's a natural striker. What would you say? Yeah.
Definitely. Scoring 31 goals in a couple of seasons.
And he has good instincts, very good instincts, yeah.
You can't do that without being a top clinical finisher.
No, very good. And we shouldn't forget that this guy is very good too. Boniface. He's not, I think he's a little bit lower, but he's very, very good. So those guys, Nigeria may be one of the few countries that has 2 top-rate number 9s. You understand what I'm saying? Spain doesn't even have 1. You understand what I'm saying?
We don't have 2. We have more than 2. We have
3 or 4. And then you have Lookman. And Lookman, he's not a pure striker.
That Teller guy too.
But center forwards, we are forced for options. We have Iheanacho.
We have a lot. We have
Onuachu. We have Victor Boniface.
For that Oluwachu,
Yeah,
we have enough, and even that young guy, Obi Martin. Within 3 years, Obi Martin will be amongst those guys now. But I think he's going to play for Denmark.
Obi Martin should be playing for England. I don't think that one has
or Denmark. Denmark. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad. Okay, so this is good. So I'm going to take it. Let's freestyle for a few minutes. Any topics? What do you want to talk about? Afolabi? Yeah.
Just to add a little bit to the Osimhen
and then
issue.
we'll go to Biodun afterwards. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, just to add a little bit, the fact that Galatasaray, I heard, was willing to pay 100% of his wages and not necessarily a loan amount was another factor that played into their favor. And then Moro Icardi, their main striker, was injured and they were in desperate need of a striker. I heard that their transfer market closes today. So they were desperate to get the deal done and they were willing to pay the whole wages and not just half of the wages.
And that also means they're going to use him. They're going to use him.
Yeah, of course, they're going to use him. And then there has been a fallout. There's been a fallout between Osimhen and Napoli, especially when Conte took over from Luciano Spalletti. So Napoli made it obvious that they didn't need him. In fact, they didn't register him for the Champions League. So it was obvious that they were trying to push him out. The only sticking point was the buyout clause, which now he has negotiated down, so that after 1 year in Galatasaray, he can actually get a better deal and move to a bigger club.
That's
so it's
better,
a win-win. I think it's a win-win situation for
It's a win-win for everybody, yeah.
They never really
it's
wanted
a lose for Napoli. Napoli will see. Don't worry. They're going to see next year. So, Peter, you had a point you wanted to make. Yeah.
Yeah, I think just before I go in, I think one thing some players don't need to understand, there are some clubs you don't sign for. I knew when Osimhen left Lille to go to Napoli, I knew this would happen. It has happened several times before. It's not the first time it's happening to Osimhen. There are clubs you just don't go to. Tottenham, Napoli, those two clubs, they are very difficult to contract out of. And they don't know how to frustrate the living daylight out of the player. And that is exactly what's happened to Osimhen. That's why you see players going to those two things. When they want to sell you, you have to pay the exact, or they just frustrate.
That means they're owned by mafia or something like that. Yeah.
And that's what exactly happened. When the Osimhen thing was dragging till deadline day, I was just afraid that this guy should just, but it couldn't happen. But well,
thank God he found a team to play for, because he would have sat on the bench all year. That's terrible, man.
That would have been horrible. Look like what's happening with players in Chelsea like Ben Chilwell, Trevor Chalobah.
Yeah.
I will not play football till January, when the coach has told them that they are not part of his plans. But I think it's another.
Inter Milan is treating Lookman properly, though. Not Inter Milan.
Atlanta.
As the Americans say, Atlanta.
I think it's a good one for us to also congratulate our very own Ademola Lookman, who was nominated for the Ballon d'Or.
No, he deserves it because he's Nigeria's most technically proficient
player.
That's
a good one. That's a very good one.
He's the first Atalanta player to ever be nominated for the Ballon d'Or, and he's the only African on the list.
So that's a good one.
So hopefully he ranks very high. Yeah, we know that definitely he will not likely not win.
Yeah, but to me, he's reached a high level. He's Africa's best player right now, and one of the best in Europe. So okay, very quickly. So who's Nigeria?
Salah was not nominated. I'm quite surprised.
Who? Saka.
Salah. I think because Salah, he was injured during the African Nations Cup.
Yeah, Liverpool didn't do well in this past season now. So
no, they were not in Champions League. They were absent
from
Champions League.
Champions League, huh?
Salah had injuries last year.
They were not in Champions League.
Yeah.
Okay, so very quickly.
To buttress on what Biodun was talking about, I think I buy his point on the Osimhen level, and also if I can be biased a little bit, there is this rumors, whether true or not, that because he's from Africa, imagine Osimhen is a white man. I'm not trying to be racist here, but
I believe it.
You know, like that factor too, we can't deny it, because
I'm saying, to me, Osimhen is top 3. He's top 3 strikers in the world,
and he's getting this kind of offers, loan offers.
Yeah.
Dragging feet, this one dragging feet, and assuming he's a white man. Like I'm the last person to be playing this racist card, but it plays a factor. And now I'm reading that he already sacked his agent. Because I was thinking about, the last time we talked about it, I was talking about the agent too. That I don't know what's the agent doing. So I just read this.
No, sometimes they're taking his money. They're taking his money.
Yes. Yeah,
And
so the
they may
agents
be even working
have,
for the other side. They may be working for the other side.
No, I think
yeah,
if you look
it's
at that
possible.
Osimhen's deal, it was quite complicated. If you look at it, I think one of the
Very,
things
very,
that happened is Osimhen made
very,
it
very
clear that
complicated.
he was not going to lower his wages for anybody that was going to sign him. One, that is one. You can't tell
Typical
a
Naija
player of
boss.
his caliber that is already on a level in terms of salary to come and lower
And the
his
king
salary.
of Africa.
We can't, me,
And he's an
on his
African player
wages
of the
level,
year.
I won't blame him. On the wages, he
I
should
know I
not
won't
drop the
blame him. I
wages.
stand with him on that. If
Number
Chelsea
8 in
wanted
the
to
world,
sign
for
him,
goodness sake,
sign
he should
him
have some
and
level
pay.
now.
Even if they had just matched his current wage, he would have gone. But they could not even match his current wage. It's not that
Yeah,
he
they are
was
not,
asking for.
can
They
imagine.
couldn't even match his current wage because Chelsea had set a new wage structure. If you look at the players in Chelsea, they earn 50,000 to under less than 100,000 pounds a week.
Yeah.
Anybody who moves 200,000 pounds a week, they are trying to get rid of them like Chilwell and Sterling. You saw they offloaded Sterling.
But for
$300.
Sterling deal, Chelsea did not do well. How can you loan a player out and be
They
paying
loaned
majority
him.
of the you
They
loan a
loaned
player
him.
out and you are paying
They
more
loaned
of
him
his
to
wages?
They loaned him to pay to cut off the salary wage. Sterling is on £325,000 a week. So loaning him to Arsenal means Arsenal will cover 50% of the salary and Chelsea will cover 50%.
Chelsea is paying more than 50. If from what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've not
I'll try and get it back.
For mathematically, they said they are saving £190,000 a
Oh,
week.
yeah, but they're saving money, yeah, but they're still paying more.
That was
Yeah.
what they were looking at, and they still want to get rid of him and that wage bill. So it's quite clear. But if you look at the Osimhen deal, yes, no club wanted to match the transfer fee of 120 million euros. That was one problem.
Money no deal.
Club wanted to match.
Money no
No
deal.
club wanted to match the salary.
No more.
Except Saudi Arabia. Except the Saudis. It was only the Saudis that were willing to match it.
something.
Hey,
Yeah,
Falabi,
it was only the
hey,
Saudis that were willing to match it.
Europe no longer has Mali and Burkina Faso. They don't have their minerals, so they don't have money for footballers anymore. You get what I'm saying? Europe is getting poor. The European leagues are getting poor because the European economy is going down. They can't pay that money for those guys anymore. You see what I'm saying? Warif, yeah.
It's because of financial play. You have to also be fair. Since the introduction of financial play.
Yeah, the financial play.
It's actually affecting clubs to sign players. It's not that.
Unless it's on Manchester City.
Yeah.
They got money
Let's
or so.
look at just before Said speaks. Sorry for cutting you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think if you look at United, Newcastle, it's not that they don't have money to buy players. Their problem is financial fair play. For them to buy, they have to sell and they have to use homegrown players. And that's the challenge of some of these clubs to balance it. And that is the problem. Even Arsenal know they need to strengthen. But you can't just cough out 120 million and buy another team. Not that they can't afford it, they can afford it, but they have to balance it with FF play, and that thing is.
Well, they need to do what Barcelona does.
It's only Chelsea that have that FFP on lock in terms of how they sell players and balance the book, sell hotels, sell this one. I think that Todd Boehly is an evil genius somehow. You just find
how does Barcelona do it? How does Barcelona do it?
Americans, they always know how to look for loopholes in the laws.
Yeah. Like Zach Brown in Formula One.
You know, Barcelona could only register Olmo when they sold Gundogan. They had similar problems.
Yeah. So
so they cannot register.
I even read that Lewandowski was even proposing that if they're still having that fair play issue, that he's ready to take a pay cut or something.
Of course. They still want to get rid of the likes of Frankie de Jong, who are on humongous wages.
And Frankie de Jong is on a huge salary, over 600,000 euros a week.
Yeah.
So, and they told him to reduce the salary.
And they're still owing it.
He said he's not reducing anything.
You guys, why did my parents make me a footballer, man? This is 600,000 a week. Why am I not playing football? 600,000 a week. That means I can buy Suya, 5,000 naira Suya every day.
A Tiger Bar. Go to Tiger Bar.
Tiger Bar, yeah. Okay, so let's wrap up very soon. Any last thoughts? Go back to our Falabi, yeah.
Yeah, just well, nothing much. I hope we qualify for the World Cup and they get us a permanent coach soon enough.
Also, who are we playing this weekend? Who are we playing this weekend?
Benin Republic.
And their coach is our former coach, Genero.
So we'll win that one.
We
will not win anything.
Those guys are rugged.
Yeah,
They
Like
don't
I
feel like they
said,
don't feel like
my hope
supporter
is not
football.
my hope is not high. My hope is not high when it comes to
But the
Nigerian
truth
football
of the
and
matter is,
Nigerian
we always get
football.
away with this thing. We always get away with murder because we have talent. We're always getting away with murder because we have very good talent. But I don't know this time.
But the truth is, if we don't win on Saturday, forget it. We are not going to the World Cup.
Oh, sure. I think we'll win.
Not on drawn 3. So
who's that squad? Quickly. So follow me, take us out. Who do you think is Lookman playing? Yeah.
Yeah, a number of guys are around already. Lookman is around, and I think what they call this guy, Victor Boniface too, should be around. A number of guys are around already.
Iheanacho is in camp. Ekong is in
Iheanacho is in camp. So I think we'll win.
A lot of the African squad guys are in camp already.
Yeah, they're in town already. So
okay, thank you guys. Let's head out. So this has been a beautiful session. Our show keeps getting better. We want to ask people in West Africa to support us because we're coming out of Lagos, Nigeria, Port Harcourt, even Abuja, and also here from DC, and we're representing Nigeria in football and in the global aspect of football. So we want to ask you to like and subscribe. Any last words, Falabi? Yeah.
Nothing much, just to say that we should wish the Super Eagles victory on Saturday, I think. 2-0 to the Super Eagles.
2-0. We don't win. All right, guys. Good night.
Okay, good night.
All right, good night.
All right, yeah.
Say no to football.